So it turns out China is really pissed off at Taiwan right now. And as you can see from the headlines, Chinese planes cross Taiwan's Strait median line. And if you don't know what the median line is, I will break that down for you. But let's dig into this story and see why China's pissed off and if they should be this pissed off.
China has announced that it will hold 3 days of military exercises around Taiwan. The move comes days after a meeting in California between Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen and U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
Okay, U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. This is all started because Taiwan's president went to the United States, and that's what instigated all of this. And we will see what China actually said, but just realize, it almost seems like China is picking a fight. Like, out of all things, that's what you get mad about? That the president of Taiwan went to the United States to have a conversation? We don't even know what they talked about. And that's what you're mad about. Let's keep going.
A meeting that happened despite warnings from China. Chinese Army's Eastern Theater Command said that military exercises called United Sharp Sword will be conducted from the 8th to the 10th of April. The drill.
And this right here is why I think these military exercises are a total facade and a show. Now, there's two things here, and I will mention why we need to be careful. Number one, whenever you announce the exact days that your military exercises are going to be, if you go beyond that timeline, you just instigated your own war and battle. So the fact that China let everyone know, hey, just so you know, these are going to be 3 days of war games. Okay, do whatever you want to do, just stay over there. Now, when you look into the Russia-Ukraine situation where Russia didn't necessarily put a timeline on how long their military games were going to be right before they entered into Ukraine. And this is actually rather typical of militaries to have these large training exercises or to have simulated war games to prepare you for your initial invasion, so your troops are prepared. So again, I'm not going to take this lightly. You never know what China's up to. But historically speaking, China's probably up to nothing.
Will be carried out for combat preparedness. The military statement says that the exercise will involve police patrol drills in the Taiwan Strait to the north and south of Taiwan and in the sea and airspace to the east of Taiwan. However,
Okay, so the Taiwan Strait is essentially this fake arbitrary line that divides up Taiwan and China. And let me actually show you a map. Okay, that's essentially what the Taiwan Strait line is. I mean, I know it seems ridiculous that that's all I'm showing you, but that's literally what this is. So every time one person crosses the line or another person crosses the line, you've instigated a war. And what China is constantly doing is they're crossing over this median line and seeing how close they can get to Taiwan and seeing what is instigating. Do we have radar systems? Can Taiwan actually respond to aircraft coming in? What are their capabilities? And not only aircraft and ships, but as we know, China has war balloon capabilities. And as funny as that sounds, we do need to be careful because the fact that China can send out a ton of war balloons, they've made it all the way to the United States, crossed the entire United States, and got away with it. So you need to be careful about what China does over this line. But that's essentially this line that they keep talking about that China's crossing over.
Balloons and fishing boats to areas close to Taiwan. The latest announcement by People's Liberation Army comes after China vowed to resolutely respond to the meeting between U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen.
It's crazy. This is so random to get mad about because China literally just went to Russia and they're also selling drones to Russia that is being used in a conflict. So that's why this whole thing is like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, why are you guys so mad?
China had dubbed the meeting as an erroneous act of collusion between the United States and Taiwan. China's foreign ministry,
very communist terms, collusion,
say that the meeting gravely violated the One China principle. Beijing claims Taiwan as a part of its territory to be seized one day, even by force if required.
Okay, so One China principle, whenever you're looking into Chinese geopolitical stuff in Taiwan, you'll always hear about the One Chinese principle. What is that? I'll show you. Okay, I know it's Wikipedia, but this is the best explanation I can show you guys that's really easy to follow. The term One China may refer to the following, though the One China principle is the position held by the People's Republic of China and the ruling party, the Chinese Communist Party, that there is only one sovereign state under the name China, with the PRC serving as the sole legitimate government of that China, and Taiwan is part of China. So, simple breakdown: China wants to take back Taiwan. Taiwan should not be its own sovereign nation. And we have a massive issue here because everyone else, including Taiwan, doesn't see them as China, but China sees Taiwan as them. And most of this boils down to semiconductors, and the microchip process that Taiwan has is way better than China, and China wants to take that back because the Chinese military sucks because they don't have good microchips. There's a lot more to it, but that's like the super basic bro breakdown. So that's essentially what's going on right now. Nothing out of the norm. In fact, Taiwan had even said we are going to respond calmly, which leaves me to believe that Taiwan literally has nothing to worry about because they know the United States will back them with whatever they need. And we did already sell drones to Taiwan, proving that we do have their back. And could Taiwan fully defend themselves? I think China could take Taiwan if they really wanted to. They'd have to do it quick, depending on how quick the United States could respond. But nonetheless, I think this will always be a threat. I don't think we should laugh at every time China gets super pissed off. It just seems super corny, and it seems like they found the most random excuse to instigate this war game, and who knows what's going on internally within China and the political parties. Just like in Russia, they always try to instigate a story. They always try to make something out of nothing, and that's what's going on right now. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, China has sent warplanes towards Taiwan, but only for 3 days. We'll see you later.